ముందుగా నమస్కారం తెలియజేస్తూ ఈనాటి ప్రెస్ మీట్లో ఎస్ఎఫ్ఐ జాతీయ సహాయ కార్యదర్శి కామ్రేడ్ నితీష్ నారాయణ, అదేవిధంగా తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్ర కార్యదర్శి కామ్రేడ్ తాళ్ళ నాగరాజు, ఈ జాతీయ మహాసభల ఆహ్వాన సంఘం కోశాధికారి కామ్రేడ్ జావేదు, దీంతోపాటు నేను ఎస్ఎఫ్ఐ తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్ర అధ్యక్షుడు ఆర్ఎల్ మూర్తి ఈ ప్రెస్ మీట్లో పాల్గొంటున్నాం. ఇప్పుడు ఈ ప్రెస్ మీట్ను ఉద్దేశించి కామ్రేడ్ నితీష్ నారాయణ మాట్లాడతారు.
So friends, concludes today. Today is the fourth day of the conference, and after lunch, SFI General Secretary Mayuk Bishwas will respond to the discussions, and the report will be put for the vote, and the report will be accepted by the delegates. After that, new committee will be elected and new leadership also will be elected. So far around 35 resolutions has passed on various themes, from campus democracy to communalization of education, against privatization of education, against new education policy, against the attacks on the democratic movements in Tripura and Bengal, and etc. So the discussion altogether, you can get the special supplement released by the student struggle. This is coming every day. So this supplement is coming every day. So with the news of the conference, there are certain updates about the conference. It's you will get all the copy. We'll get you the copies. The discussion took almost 8 hours 45 minutes, and from 23 states, 3 affiliated organizations and 6 subcommittees, and plus 1 international committee, people participated in the discussion, and 89 people participated in the discussion, in which 30 were women. So this is the general thing about the conference so far. Still, I am not able to give you the new list of the Central Executive Committee. I know you are waiting for that, and the new leadership also. For that, the conference has to resume after lunch. Credential report has passed, and the credential report has actually reflected the diversity Students Federation of India upholds, and there are delegates from school level to the research level, and there are delegates who have been jailed, who have been victimized by the right-wing forces, who have been attacked, and who were forced to go underground, and different kind of experiences reflected in the credential report. A copy of that credential report also will be given to all of you, that which will tell how diverse being the experience of SFI in these days is.
Telugu. 16 years old. Intermediate first year from Siddipet, Telangana.
Again, after lunch, to bring out a draft alternative education policy. It is not that SFI is only opposing the existing education policy. SFI has also decided to bring out an alternative education policy, explaining that what should be the character of the education system in our country. So that the draft will be presented in the conference. That will be taken for larger discussion and deliberations in the coming days. From all over India, opinions will be accepted, that will be discussed, and a alternative education policy will be published by the SFI Central Executive Committee, the next Central Executive Committee of SFI. Not only Kerala education policy, it's on how SFI imagines or what kind of an education policy SFI wants from the pre-primary level to the research level. What should be the character of our education system?
Comrade Narayan, on the fight of central government policies, education policies, will you join with your LSU other organizations?
See, already our demand is the largest possible unity should be made by the students. So whoever are there, the secular and democratic forces, reiterate, secular and democratic forces among the student community can come together to wage a larger fight against the policy and this oppressive regime. We are open for that. But that should be materialized on the ground in the struggles.
Central government, what is the alternate education system?
We are giving it to central government. We are also giving it to different state governments. We are also putting it before the general public to gather more support to demand such an alternative policy.
How many days it will be?
It will come very soon because draft is already prepared. A detailed draft is prepared. Now we have to get inputs and opinions from the different states because every state has different kind of education setup, demands, situations, challenges and all those things. That needs to be taken care of. So it will be debated widely. Then the final, the report will be prepared.
Education policy which you are going to propose, right?
Yeah.
Purely prepared by, the draft is prepared by
SFI.
Communist Party.
It's completely prepared by SFI.
SFI.
Yeah.
You are not discussed with any other.
No. Now we will put it.
Other professors, other whatever.
No, in the process we have discussed with different kind of people, but it's a completely an initiative by SFI. Now we will reach out to the academic communities, professors and the intellectuals, and also those who are working for the betterment of education system for the students. So we'll have a larger. It will not only be the deliberations will not only be limited to the student community. It will be put for a larger. It will be put in public for the people to opine.
నమస్కారం. ఎస్ఎఫ్ఐ ఆల్ ఇండియా కాన్ఫరెన్స్కి స్కూల్ డెలిగేషన్ దగ్గర నుంచి రావట్లేదు. ఎస్ఎఫ్ఐ స్కూల్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్, స్కూళ్ళ నుంచి యూనివర్సిటీల వరకు ఉండే ఆర్గనైజేషన్ కాబట్టి ఆల్ ఇండియా మహాసభలకు కూడా స్కూళ్ళ నుంచి యూనివర్సిటీ వరకు డెలిగేట్స్ని ఎంపిక చేస్తుంది. ఆ ప్రాసెస్లోనే స్కూల్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్, ఇంటర్మీడియట్, అలాగే డిగ్రీ, పీజీ, యూనివర్సిటీల వరకు ఉన్న డెలిగేట్స్లోనే తెలంగాణ నుంచి ఇంటర్మీడియట్ ఫస్ట్ ఇయర్ అవుతున్న 16 సంవత్సరాల హారిక డెలిగేట్గా తెలంగాణ నుంచి ఉంది. మొత్తం ఈ దేశం సంబంధించిన మొత్తం కాన్ఫరెన్స్లో అత్యంత తక్కువ వయసు ఉన్న డెలిగేట్గా హారిక ఉన్నారు. ఈ కామ్రేడు మహాసభకి మొదటిసారి హాజరవుతున్నారు. అలాగే మొత్తం మహాసభ ఈ మూడు రోజుల పాటు జరిగిన మహాసభ ఇది 4వ రోజు. కొద్ది గంటల్లో ముగించబోతా ఉన్నాం. 35 తీర్మానాలను ఆమోదించాం. 23 రాష్ట్రాల నుంచి, 3 అఫిలియేషన్ కమిటీల నుంచి, అలాగే 6 సబ్ కమిటీల నుంచి 8 గంటల 45 నిమిషాల పాటు డిస్కషన్ చేశాం. ఈ 8 గంటల 45 నిమిషాల పాటు అన్ని రాష్ట్రాల్లో ఉన్న పరిస్థితి ఏమిటి, అలాగే యూనివర్సిటీలో ఉన్న పరిస్థితి ఏమిటి, దేశంలో ఎలాంటి విద్యా విధానం ఉంటే బాగుంటుందనే అంశాలను డిస్కషన్ చేసి ఈ డిస్కషన్స్ అన్నింటికి మా సెక్రటరీ సమాధానం ఇస్తారు. సమాధానం చెప్పిన తర్వాత కొత్త కమిటీ ఎన్నుకొని ముగిస్తాం. అలాగే ఎస్ఎఫ్ఐ మొట్టమొదటి విద్యార్థి సంఘం ఈ దేశంలోనే ఈ మహాసభ ఒక ముఖ్యమైన డాక్యుమెంట్ని అడాప్ట్ చేసుకుంది. ఒక పాలసీని, ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ పాలసీని. బీజేపీ ప్రభుత్వం తీసుకొస్తున్న నూతన విద్యా విధానానికి ఎలాంటి విద్యా విధానం ఈ దేశంలో కావాలో ఆ విద్యా విధానాన్ని చర్చ కోసం ఒక న్యూ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పాలసీకి ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ పాలసీని ఎస్ఎఫ్ఐ తీసుకొచ్చింది. అది కూడా ఎస్ఎఫ్ఐ మహాసభలో చర్చించి ఈరోజు దాన్ని అడాప్ట్ చేసుకోవడం జరిగింది. ఇది మొత్తం కింద మండల స్థాయిల్లో, యూనివర్సిటీ స్థాయిల్లో, దేశం మొత్తంలో ప్రొఫెసర్లతోని ఎడ్యుకేషనిస్ట్తోని అలాగే మేధావులతోని విద్యార్థి సంఘాలతోని ఉపాధ్యాయ సంఘాలతోని అందరితోని ఈ ఎస్ఎఫ్ఐ రూపొందించిన ఈ డ్రాఫ్ట్ పాలసీ మీద మేము చర్చ పెట్టి ఇంకేమైనా అమెండ్మెంట్స్ ఉంటే వాటిని తీసుకొని ఫైనల్గా ఇది ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పాలసీ దేశంలో ఉండాల్సిన పాలసీ అని చెప్పేసి మేము దాన్ని గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియాకి సబ్మిట్ చేస్తాం. సబ్మిట్ చేయడం కాదు, ఆ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పాలసీ ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ పాలసీ ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయడం కోసం కూడా పోరాటాలు చేయాలని చెప్పేసి కూడా ఈ మహాసభ నిర్ణయం చేయడం జరిగింది. ఇది ఇప్పటివరకు జరిగినటువంటి అంశాలు.
The draft policy which we are difference क्या है? It's a detailed this thing. Our major things are how to strengthen the public education. We need a rampant public education system here, from the pre-primary level to the research university level. We have to protect the campus democracy. What should be the character of syllabus making? What should be the character of examinations? Because since you are opposing the central entrance examination what is your alternative? Our alternative is that in states, it should be states decision. It should not be one entrance examination should not be applied for the across India. That will further intensify the exclusion. There are certain universities which conducts its own entrance examination. For example, JNU has a separate entrance examination till now. I am a JNU student. I wrote my entrance examination in my mother tongue. English is not the criteria to choose somebody's merit or to decide their right of admission, but it is their thinking process. Once they come into a campus, they might get more facility to better their language, or because so you should provide that kind of atmosphere. Earlier, most of the entrance examinations were in a descriptive manner, where people's thinking capacity was checked according to the special character of each center. Now, one entrance examination is there for all universities, which means it will lead to the growing number of coaching centers, which means the people who cannot afford lakhs of rupees to go to coaching centers will not be able to crack this entrance examination. What should be the alternative is the question before us.
Supporting professional courses in the regional languages.
Definitely.
For example, medicine in the regional language.
Yes.
Engineering in the regional
Yes. Means we should make the process whatever this thing in whatever languages. It may not be only in English. Definitely it should not. That also will expand the knowledge production.
It is tertiary UDS. Then how can you fill the all Indian services? What is your alternative for this?
I didn't get you.
Fill up in the all India services. You are telling decentralization of the language exams, right? Then when we will face the question about the all India services, right? Like
See, all India services, even now you can write in any languages.
Yes.
You don't have to write in English or Hindi.
Yeah.
There are people who writes in Telugu and get selected, and that is the better idea, because you are not being judged by the capacity to speak in English. You are being judged by the capacity of your thinking ability, your critical thinking, your analysis capacity. There may be people who do not have the ability or who do not have the facility to have English education in their childhood. That doesn't mean that they should not get admission in the central universities.
And one more question: is there any changes of school education term? I think 3+, 4+, 5+, like that in the NEP policy. Are you proposed other than that, or same policy you can?
We are not exhibiting the change in this thing, because there is a lot of problem in that. Because 3-year-old child and 8-year-old child, are in the same category. It's two different phases in their growing up. You cannot make them in one. So this change is very problematic. Very problematic.
Comrade Narayan, you tell about education system, but there is no democracy in your country without the fight of these education. How we save education? What is your opinion?
Definitely, education is the primary thing to have a healthy education system. Now that is not there. That is why, see, students in India are not only fighting on the so-called educational issues. When NRC CAA comes, it is the Indian campuses. You might remember Jacob Lindenthal, who was a German citizen, student, came to IIT Madras. He is the first person who was deported from India after the CAA NRC thing came. Why? Because he participated in a protest held in IIT Madras. He said that we were also doing the same thing, don't repeat the mistake. From 1933, that was the banner he upheld. 1932 to 45, we were there. Don't do the same thing. He was deported.
As student movement, what is your action plan to save democracy or constitutional institutions? What is your action plan?
Action plan is largest possible unity and intensified struggles. Larger possible unity with all sections of students. Larger possible unity with all student organization and progressive and secular democratic forces. Larger possible unity not only with the students but also with the teachers and academic community. Larger possible unity not only with the people who are associated with education but also with the fighting kisans and workers and unemployed youth. It's going to be a larger, maximum means largest possible united struggle. That is what, because see, when farmers' law came, the agitating farmers called it as a draconian law. This term has very important meaning. They did not just say that it is anti-farmer law. They said it is draconian law, which means it has a colonial character. What is that colonial character? Colonialism, colonial policies aim was not to promote democracy, not to promote or strengthen secularism, not to bring a knowledge production, but to have mere servants for the colonial masters. They will get cheap labor. Same thing is happening in the farmer law, labor code. New education policy also reflects the same kind of colonial mentality. So it is, that is why we say it is a second independent struggle, a second freedom struggle. That spirit it has. Since for your knowledge, from our credential report, 697 delegates has filled up the credential report. So we have gathered some information from that. Comrade Srijan Bhattacharya, who was the convener of the credential committee, placed the report before the conference also. In that, it reflects SFI represents students of across sections, not only a particular section. There are 41 tribal delegates participating in the conference. There are 143 Dalit students participating as delegates, 48 minority students, and MBC and OEC. OEC is the MBC form in Kerala. There are 29 students, and there are 269 OBC students, which means this organization is an organization of the oppressed, marginalized, and student masses.
697, 143.
269 OBC, 143 Dalit, 48 minority, 41 tribal, 29 MBC or OEC.
How many of the other caste, OCs? It is not categorized.
No, this the other cause, remaining is 167. 167.
167.
Seven.
Remaining other
General caste.
Yeah.
huh?
Women delegate 192 female delegates. And there are
What is the percentage of the leadership from these the marginalized communities?
the leadership has to be decided. No, the new CEC will be elected just after the lunch.
Previous, for example, this one which is doesn't compete is going to.
See, I cannot give you the exact details, but I can say that the same thing is being reflected in the leadership position also. Means the last Kerala State Secretary and President, Comrade Sachin and Vinish. One is an MLA there, both are Dalit students. Comrade Pradikur Rahman is the President in Bengal, Srijan Bhattacharya is the Secretary there. State, Bengal. They are both the All India Joint Secretary and Vice Presidents also. Comrade VP Sanu, Comrade Mayuk Bishwas, Comrade Deepshita there, myself Nitish Narayanan.
What is the social background of the main company?
You want the background of each?
Ratio. What is the percentage?
See, in the CEC we haven't taken the percentage, but it includes people of all sections, in all backgrounds. Mostly it is the students from the oppressed social background.
This is the main key committee, which is have the decision making power, whatever the action. On that, the main committee. I mean, national president, general secretary, what the other main posts. What is the percentage of marginalized communities? For example, 10 members of the main national committee.
It's mostly, I will tell the number of women, minority, OBC, Dalit, tribal students in the All India Secretariat. VP Sanu, you can count. Deepshita Dhar, Nitish Narayanan, Nagaraju, Mariappan, Ashok, Sachin Dev,
These all are from the
Vinish. These are all from either OBC or the minority or the Dalit or the tribal or the woman complex. Pradikur Rahman. So means 70% of the leadership comes from the oppressed.
Nitish, nowadays drug and pop culture entered into the universities and schools also. What is the discussion going on?
It's a very serious threat. Even recently also, one of our SFI comrades who was supposed to attend the conference, her name is Comrade Aparna, who is a district joint secretary of SFI in Wayanad of Kerala, was attacked by the drug mafia merely for resisting their anti-student, anti-social activities in the campus. So this is happening in different places. It's a serious threat, especially during the pandemic. What happened was the social culture in the campuses were dried out. Students were only made and met online, WhatsApp groups and all those things. Their progressive socialization is not possible beyond an extent. So it has also created negative results in that way also. We are taking it very seriously. We will also launch campaigns with the students against such practices. It also means being a democratic student organization is also means building a progressive culture in the campuses. So that is an important task before the student community.
Is there any particular reason for this conducting this All India conference here in Telangana State? Adding to that, any special observation of Telangana State government policy on education universities? Can you comment on that?
There is no special reason for conducting it in Hyderabad. Last time we conducted it in 2005 in Hyderabad. It is the second time Hyderabad hosts the All India Conference of SFI. Last All India Conference was in Shimla, before that it was in Sikar, before that it was in Madurai. So in that rotation it again came to Telangana. But it is the first time after the formation of Telangana state, SFI conference comes here. And this state, the land of Telangana, has a rich legacy of the student movement from the time of independent struggle itself. So that is being carried forward. Second thing about the policies here, we feel campus democracy is denied in this state also. You cannot fight for democratic rights by denying the democratic rights of your future, of the most vibrant community in the society, which are the students. That is being denied here. Students' union election, democratically conducted students' union election should happen in every campuses in Telangana. Students are not, we are also saying to the state government, students are not second-class citizens. Our conference slogan is there, it's very clear. Our slogan is educate all, employ all, unite all. Because in India has become the most largest country where the most number of children are not able to complete their school education. Even now, only 27% of students who enroll school education reaches to the higher education. In that 27, in every 100 students, only 27. In that 27, 18 students are going for private institution, which means in your higher education institutions, 67% of students are enrolled in private educational institutions. Means those who cannot afford to pay the fees cannot enroll to the higher education. We demand educate all. Only 3.5% of the schools in the tribal special focus districts in India has ICT facility, which is information and communication technology, one computer and internet system. Only 3.5% of schools. You talk of digital India, you make the most oppressed people deprived of all these facilities. We say educate all. Well, many things. What is the status of government schools in many places? In the so-called Gujarat, tens of millions of schools are there without electricity, without more than 2 teachers. Education means you build better education infrastructure, better schools, better teacher recruitment, employ all. I do not have to say in detail. I think there is a resolution also on unemployment will give you. But in the central government, under the central government services itself, 8,50,000 posts are still laying vacant without upon now. Wherever we, the people from the underprivileged backgrounds, are supposed to get education in the public sector, everything is being sold out to the corporates. There will be no reservation, there will be no proper recruitment, there will be labor exploitation happening. Further privatization will also lead to further unemployment and further increase of the labor reserve force. Unite all. To fight this regime, we have to unite everyone.
What is your opinion on governors' intervention in universities and education systems?
See, governors in many states, including Kerala, Telangana, Rajasthan, Punjab and all, have become mere tools of the political propaganda of the Sangha Parivar. They have actually cancelled the legitimacy and the honor of the constitution in many places. Many governors now act as the king. That king syndrome is there, ruling many. That colonial syndrome. They are not elected people. They are just appointed based on their political loyalty to the people in power. They are trying to cancel the rights of the people who are elected by the people. So it's a very severe threat happening in different places. So means in that case, every political organization should come together against this attempt. Wherever they can buy the people, purchase the people, they are doing that. Wherever it is not possible, they are using the governors. That is what happening in Kerala. That is what happening in many other. Governors have become the agents of disturbance. Disturbance. In the credential this thing, you can, if you want, there are, we also noted down the educational qualifications of the different delegates. It's there are 204 graduates, and there are 210 masters. There are 19 delegates who are either doing research or have completed their research. Coming of the online education, the further push for the online education, we have also seen there is another discrimination happening on the students with different challenges. So SFI conference also, there are two comrades sitting here also who are leading SFI in their own places. One comrade is from Tripura and another comrade is from JNU. And the conference also, Nilanjan and Shejina. Shejina is the SFI unit president in JNU campus. The conference has also reiterated that there is a huge issue going on with regard to the students having different disabilities, and government and the policies are not at all concerned about the challenges. SFI has also decided to take up more studies and campaign to ensure that there will be an inclusive educational structure.
అట్లనే సంజన నిలంజన్ అలాగే మీడియా మిత్రులందరికీ 5 o'clock ప్రెస్ మీట్ ఉంది. దానికి సంబంధించి అంటే మొత్తం తీర్మానాలు, నూతన కమిటీ అధ్యక్ష కార్యదర్శులు, ఆఫీస్ బేరర్స్, న్యూ కమిటీ మొత్తాన్ని కూడా అనౌన్స్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. దయచేసి మరొకసారి ఈ ప్రెస్ మీటింగ్ మిమ్మల్ని ఆహ్వానిస్తున్నాను, రావాల్సిందిగా ఆహ్వానిస్తూ థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్.
ఇంతటితోనే ప్రెస్ మీట్ ఇది కమిటీ అన్న